What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Panthers Advice. Man, today we're talking Panthers Jags post-game reaction, but I feel like we have to address the one thing, right? And that is the Panthers record at 2-14. Just how bad is 2-14? Well, these teams have 4 wins, right? They're right above the Panthers. The Cardinals, who didn't start the season with Kyler Murray. The Patriots, who keep benching Mac Jones. And my favorite is the Washington Commanders, who have the worst defense in the NFL and probably the worst defense in a long, long time. If you haven't already, check out film of the Commanders' defense because it is awful. And they have benched Sam Howell twice, I believe, in the last 2 games in the second half. The Commanders are bad, but somehow the Panthers are even worse. We have a video coming out later this week talking more about our worst in the NFL record at 2-14. How did we get there from last year to 2-14? We're going to talk about it more later this week. Stay tuned, man. Let's jump into the Panthers-Jags post-game reaction. What went wrong? Well, the first thing we have to point to is Bryce Young's footwork. All right. Now, this one I don't want to spend too much time on because I feel like it's something we've addressed like the last, 5 or 6 weeks. And when the Jaguars are blitzing 4 people and we have a 6-man protection and they're basically walking in the middle, the left, the right, I mean, literally almost walking in, it's going to make Bryce antsy in the pocket. He's already regressed, right? We saw his footwork coming out of Bama. We knew it wasn't great. But with the injuries to the line, the injuries to the receivers. Now, if you're wondering, why do the injuries to the receivers matter? Because it's all about timing. Mark Andrews Lamar, great timing. Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford, great timing. Mahomes, Kelsey, great timing, right? It's all about timing. And who did Bryce Young have to start the season? Nobody, because it seems like everybody was hurt. Not to mention TMJ, I don't know what happened to TMJ. It seems like we can't find the right thing for Mingo. He had 2 catches and I think 0 yards this game. I mean, who do we have? Sullivan's showing up late, but Sullivan's a big guy. He can only do so many things. DJ shows signs, right? And then I think 6 targets this last game, 1 catch. I mean, there's Adam, right? But Adam is just a great route runner, and here's the problem with that. Once Adam catches it, he's not breaking 2 or 3 tackles. He doesn't have that crazy 40 time, right? Once he catches it, he's probably going down if there's a defender near him. So Bryce hasn't built up that timing with anybody. As you can see, him and DJ they're not on the same page. So Bryce Young's footwork, we're going to have to see what happens in the offseason. If you want to give up on him, I get it, right? But at least give him an offseason to get his footwork right with the right coaching because you know there's going to be an overhaul. So my thing is, wait on Bryce, give him a chance, give the Panthers coaching staff a chance to get his footwork in the right place, and then decide. Like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on his footwork. We know that's an issue. We know that's regressed. We're going to have to wait till the offseason comes and see if it gets fixed next season. Let's jump to our second topic, and that is being exposed. Like I've said the last few weeks now since I started doing these post-game reactions, the Panthers never run the ball to the outside. You know, maybe sometime I'll run off the tackle, but we don't really ever do any toss, sweeps. We don't really do anything like that. On top of that, Hubbard only had 11 carries. Yes, 11 carries. Now, this confused me at first until I went back and looked at last week, and I saw Hubbard only had 16 carries last week against the Packers. Well, against the Packers, if you watch the game, you know, Amir basically, he didn't carry the team, but running the reverse and everything kind of threw the Packers off, kind of messed up the coverages. That's what worked against the Packers. So for some reason, the Panthers thought that was going to work 2 weeks in a row. That's what the Panthers were hoping for, right? So what did the Panthers do? They tried to run the jet sweep reverse. That didn't work. The play action jet sweep, that didn't work. Wide receiver reverse to Amir, that didn't work. Screen to Mingo, that didn't work. So they wanted to take the same game plan as last week they used against the Packers and use it the same week against the Jaguars. This is the problem with Carolina's coaching right here. Bryce Young definitely missed a few throws. Don't get me wrong. The offensive line definitely allowed a few easy sacks. But we took the same game plan from last week and expected it to work this week too. It's not hard for the Jaguars defensive film guys to look at, oh, this is what worked for the Panthers. This is the only thing that's really worked all season. This is what they did. We stopped this. We have a chance. And what did the Panthers do? If you ask me, maybe I'm wrong, but if you ask me, they took last week's game plan, copy and paste. Copy, paste. Maybe it would have worked if the offensive line would have been blocking better, if Bryce Young maybe had a couple better throws. But for the most part, man, the Jaguars were all over that. They were all over that. Let me know what you guys think. Let's jump to our next topic, and that is Mingo. Woo! Mingo had 2 catches for 0 yards. Yes, 2 catches for 0 yards. Initial reaction is see what you can get for him. And the reason I say that is because there's a lot that has to be built around this team, right? So based on potential, I think you could still get quite a bit for Mingo because teams are going to look at Mingo and be like, all right, he was in that Panthers offense. That Panthers offense never really got it going. You had Hubbard and you had Amir in reverses. That's about it. So I think there's a lot of potential there for Mingo to potentially go to a team and get a couple draft picks. Let me know what you guys think of that. So our other option is basically ride out that rookie contract with Mingo. Well, here's my thing. Him and Bryce don't seem to have that chemistry. Bryce has better chemistry with Adam, DJ, Tommy, Sullivan, right? All of these guys more than Mingo, and really probably anybody else on that roster. Let me know what you guys think. I like Mingo, but man, this is 2 different coaches now that can't seem to find the right place for him. And what I mean by coaches is really play callers, right? Let me know what you guys think. I like Mingo, but man, 2 catches, 0 yards. Last week, 1 catch, 9 yards, and the loss to the Packers by 3 points. They put up 30, and Mingo had 1 catch for 9 yards. Let me know what you guys think. Let's jump to our last topic before we go into the offseason ideas. All right, guys, so our next topic is going to be overall thoughts. So what are my overall thoughts of this team? Man, there's a lot to talk about here because... So receivers, I thought Hayden Hurst, honestly, I hyped him up a lot. I thought he was going to be a big, big name. I thought he was going to be a big factor, right? In the red zone, 3rd and short. I mean, we did videos and videos, and man, he has not been a factor at all at any point in the season. You got Sullivan getting more reps. You got Thomas getting more reps. Tremble getting more reps. That one hurts a little bit. Then we have Miles Sanders, another one where, man, I was pretty hyped to get Miles. And then I quickly realized Hubbard and Raheem are basically Miles. Why did we go get Miles? What happened to Cameron Peoples? He fumbled, I think, twice in the last preseason game. But we didn't have a power back. We didn't sign Foreman. And now we're out of a power back. We've got 3 backs who basically do the same thing, right? Hubbard is a power back. He's just a bit smaller. But, I mean, overall thoughts, guys. This team did not live up to expectations. Now, obviously, offensive line injuries to start the season didn't help. Laviska was MIA. I mean, there was a lot of hype around Laviska. I mean, they were doing everything with him in the offseason. In the backfield slot, number 1 receiver, XYZ. I mean, you had him everywhere. And then he was nowhere. So go figure that one because I don't get that at all. And then you had Ian Thomas basically starting the first half of the season, which I didn't get. I mean, there was a lot of question marks around the offense. Defense, I thought, played fantastic. I thought the defense did what they were supposed to do. In the offseason, they kind of got a lot of slack, but man, they stepped up. The offense, though, it didn't step up. Adam did what I thought he was going to do. He did exactly what I thought he was going to do. Let me know what you guys think. The team, I want to say let me down, but again, we look at one guy, a certain receiver, TMJ, where was he? I mean, we can talk about Mingo, he's a rookie, but TMJ, man, something has to be going on there. Something has to be going on. Those are 2 big names, Mingo and TMJ, that were MIA this year. On top of Laviska, but Laviska's like that wild card, right? But TMJ and Mingo, man, MIA, that's just frustrating because that defense, probably, you guys say top 5, top 10 in the NFL, and to go 2-14, not a good look. Let's jump to our last topic, and that is video ideas for the offseason. I've got a few ideas to basically get us into the draft. Let me know if there's anything you guys want to see. We're going to have a lot of play reviews, potential free agents that the Panthers are going to sign, draft prospects, all that 9 yards. But anything you guys want to see that I haven't done this season, this is the time. So drop it in the comments below. Man, only 1 more game left until the end of the season. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I appreciate the support. Channel's been growing. I appreciate you guys. We've got that film study coming tomorrow. We're going to talk about that 2-14 record probably Thursday or Friday because, man, that's going to be an interesting video because how did we end the season last year on a high note to now potentially finishing with their worst record in the NFL? I mean, man, not a good look. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Stay tuned. Panthers Advice is out.